This is a family-run restaurant. It is fine dining. So if we go back in time and remember what it was like in early March, the two options that we had were to close with an uncertain future or to try to stay open. If there was a way to do this, then, and it was just a function of hard work and creativity, then we should go that route. We gathered the team around the table and we said, what could we do? Like just throw anything out and like, bam, drive-through. A drive-through is like this, it's like the perfect social distancing move. If the game's not up and the rules are different, what are the rules? And 6 feet seem to be this rule. And so we're like, all right, well, if you just kept people in their cars, like we don't have to deal with the people at all. They drive in, they roll down a window, you hand them a bag, and then you're done. Put on a new glove, repeat.
Unfortunately, we can't have people in here right now, so we've had to do different things.
We've been blessed enough to be able to do drone delivery, which is non-contact delivery. It was like a kid at a candy store. We have so many orders for drone delivery, we can't even cover them all.
It was awesome. The bummer was that the line to get a burger was an hour long. At its worst, it was an hour and a half. It went 8 blocks up this direction. It went 4 blocks in that direction. It went 3 blocks in this direction, and it shut traffic down.
It's like after a couple of weeks of that, just the optics of that just didn't feel right. Like just having the close contact of our servers doing, 1,000 credit card transactions out in the parking lot. That's just a lot of contact that we were no longer feeling comfortable with.
Salt Forge is a restaurant that I opened a little over 2 years ago, so in the spring of 2018. I started to get a little bit nervous about coronavirus. As I educated myself, I kind of figured out that if I could develop a system to control for norovirus, that thinking and that thought process would play into how we would also prevent coronavirus. We've set the food truck up to almost be like a mobile drive-thru where people spend very limited amount of time on site. Both the truck and the restaurant have made the distancing possible in the business. Some of how we had the restaurant set up, like it's a counter service restaurant, we were not dependent upon wait staff or waiters being near tables, so we had a physical barrier there already in place. The food truck, we can utilize our online ordering system and force all ordering and payments through that so that there's no contact at the truck. Actual physical size and shape of the truck creates the necessary barriers. But by keeping the door closed and not accepting anything at the window, there's no way for a contaminant or for a contagion to get from the outside to the inside.
Thankfully, Mother's is set up so we're big enough so we can spread out. We want to take every step necessary to prevent the spread of the disease. So we're going to put more tables outside, keep as many people outside as we can. I've already ordered 2 infrared thermometers, and we'll test the temperature of our guests coming in the door. I'm going to be ordering touchless faucets and paper towel dispensers. We have a menu that's like multi-pages long. Now we can't reuse menus, so we have to either go to single-use menus or menus that can be laminated and put through the dishwashers.
And so we just realized if we focused on delivery, it's even less contact. We don't have people lining up in our driveway.
We've split production into 2 teams, so we call it our AM team. They work from like 8 a.m. to about 4 p.m. And then at 4 p.m. we have like our team be our PM team, which is essentially the prep team. So we're basically limiting or cutting the exposure of our own cooks by half. So there just are fewer people in the kitchen. We are high-risk people. Like we're working with 40 employees on any given day. If someone were to get sick, their exposure within the restaurant is limited to just that team.
Probably even like 99.5% of the people that we serve and people we interact have been amazingly appreciative of everything that we're doing. Around Richmond, there are a ton of master plan neighborhoods and groups that all have different HOAs, and some of them have community centers that have big parking lots that we can set up in. We put together a document that we also put on our website that outlined all of the different safety protocols that we had in place, as well as the operational expectations. We went into the HOA saying, hey, not only do we want you to understand what we're doing to protect you guys, but you guys also need to understand what you have to do to ensure the safety of our staff. We're a small little team of 9 people, most of whom are in their early 20s. I believe and hope as we get through this and get to the other side, we'll have been able to look at each other and have even more respect and appreciation for each other in how they bonded together, how they supported each other, and how they collectively helped each other get through all of this.
Marion, our expediter, who used to do private dining, which isn't a job anymore, she now is the one that runs the whole delivery program. She used to host bingo with the staff after work, and they'd all just sit around and drink beers and play bingo. So we were like, I don't know, maybe there's a bunch of people at home that want to do that. It's like we're live streaming. Our piano player, we're like, well, how do we keep them employed? So some of them play at night and some of them deliver dinners. So when you get your canless in a box dinner, inside is a bingo card and a link to the live stream. I don't know, it's not too soon to be thankful for what we're given, right? We're given tonight. There's something about the human spirit that wants to endure. And so if canless can be even just a small example of that, and if that is all we do, and that's the story that gets told about us months or years from now, I would be so proud of this place. I would be so proud of what we've done. I think the idea is that as a company, you've got to be willing just to say, is there something we can do? What can we do? Like, you can't tell me there's nothing. You can't tell me there's got to be something, right? And so we just keep trying things, and some things fail and some things work, and we've been really fortunate that these are working.
Like if you could just turn off and enjoy a delicious meal, it's a blessing to be able to be the arbiter of that in the set, for sure.
Human beings are very resilient and will adjust and will figure out where we're going and what to do. And I know restaurateurs are some of the most creative people I've ever met, and they came up with the great ideas for their restaurant. They'll find a great way to sell the food they've made. And we're just going to do a lot of adjusting for the next year and just pray for the vaccine so we can return to hugging. That's what I want, hugging.